Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. It's a nice Saturday morning over here. I'm 41.36.
Yeah. We had a wonderful day yesterday.
Yep. Yesterday was Wyatt's birthday.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good birthday party.
Yeah, it was really good. Roxanne and Anthony made amazing food per the usual.
Yep.
And Wyatt had a lot of his friends over and stuff, some of the neighbor kids, and it was just a really good birthday party.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom came over, and Brittany and Kylie and Colin and my sister and, David, and then, neighborhood kids and stuff.
Yep.
Our mountain home. Yeah, it was a good time.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a good old time.
Yeah.
And it didn't rain really. I mean, it did sprinkle a little bit. Today it's supposed to rain quite a bit, but
we'll see.
I don't know. It's doing the same thing it did yesterday.
It's like hazy outside. Yeah. Like just hazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It feels like it might rain. It looks like it might rain. It's just sort of teasing us.
Yeah. So it's one of those days where it's like, what do you do?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. So we're going to get some stuff going today, but we're going to try to enjoy this Saturday and this wonderful day and be able to relax with the kiddos and get ourselves prepped for this next week, because this next week is looking beautiful.
Yeah, this next week is going to be like high production time for us for sure.
Yep.
Because this week, as you guys know, we had to kind of be touch and go because of all the rain, and then all the other little things that we had going on with the goats and stuff, getting them all set up and just kind of going back and forth. This week coming up, we do have plans to get back on the deck work.
Yep.
And we should make very quick work of the deck work.
Yep.
Yeah.
The deck work should be a pretty quick moving.
I think it's going to be a 2-day job.
Yeah. It should be fairly quick.
Yeah. A day for the eave thing, and then a day for the green zip board, and and then that should be good for metal.
Yeah, it should move around pretty quick. And then we should be able to start working on the front deck area and getting that planned out and panned out.
The mudroom.
Yeah. So that should be fun. That should be good.
I know. I'm really excited to start working on the mudroom because it's going to change the whole feel. When you're used to looking at our house, when you're standing over at Anthony and Rox's and you're looking at, the beautiful mountain view, we're all used to seeing our house look one way.
Mm-hmm.
And then with this addition on it, it's going to change the whole look of it. Just like how the back deck area over here changed the whole look of back here. So.
Yep.
And it's going to get us that much closer towards metal on the building, which, yay.
It's going to be pretty nice.
We're getting there. Jinx.
Little by little, we're getting there. But it should be really, really nice. I've got a good plan out for everything on that. It should go together pretty well.
Yeah.
But we should be at a good spot next week. We do have some other stuff that we do have to go and do as well.
Yeah, we got to bring lift back over to David and stuff. Actually, we're not taking it to David. We're taking it to Gumby and Mary.
Yep.
And then
we got to go help him out with getting his Jeep up on the trailer and all that stuff. And we're gonna go help out the family here and there. And this week is gonna be a good week.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of back and forth with everything. But I'm just super happy that we got that road fixed, man.
Yes, that road, man. Thank you again, David. Come on, brother. Because without lift, it would have been an absolute nightmare. It would have been shovel life reclaimed all week long. We'd probably still be working on it, and our backs would be broken in half.
Yep.
Yeah. So lift definitely came in clutch and saved the day, man. Getting the rock down there. It's so, we had so much people coming yesterday because of Wyatt's birthday. So there was a lot of traffic going up and down our road.
Which is great.
Yeah, great. Packing it down.
Packed down a lot of that rock. So it was, that's perfect. But if we didn't do that, it would have been...
I have a feeling some cars would have got stuck.
Cars might have gotten stuck. Cars might have been a little bit of a slip and slide in here and there.
They would have parked down at the road and then had to walk all the way up here. Because that's about where it was. And I wish that, it's one of those things where you think about it too late. I didn't get any, before footage of the road. I don't know if Anthony and Rox ever showed it over there. But I know that I didn't show you guys, what it was. But I didn't show, the badness of the bad.
No, I know. But we have some of the footage of
you guys
how
can
the
imagine.
road was. You know,
imagination.
there was a good dip right in the beginning, and there was a good dip over by the culvert, and there was good little bits here and there, you know. But the road is definitely back to good, you know, and there's a lot to have to maintain with that road aspect wise, and I think, you know, it's been 3 years roughly from when we got it done the first time, and then having to do what we did and everything else like that. I think that should be almost it. We do need to get one more load of SPF 2 on it,
the smaller, but
we have to compact that rock back into the road a little bit more. And the thing that I think that, you know, a lot of people have a misconception about that road aspect wise is that road is built up quite a bit. Like, quite a bit. Like, where the culvert's a 4-foot culvert. So, with that being said, it's a little bit taller than the culvert, so it can be buried, right? So, it's almost 5 feet of shell that's built up in that ditchway right there. That's a lot of dirt. That's a lot of shell. That's a lot of, you know, and it's got quite a bit of rock in it, but it's still, it takes a minute for it to get to a point where it's like, okay, there's no more mud for it to sink into.
Yeah, where it's nice and settled and it's good and it's, you know.
And we could put down the mesh, like, right, a mesh tarp or like a weed barrier first before we put the rock down. But the problem is when you do that over something that is 5 feet of dirt, you're still going to sink it. And it's going to get buried. Yeah. And then not only that, but you're also going to create ruts to a point where when it does rain or anything else, now you're creating a water holdage area. And it will create pockets, and we will be right back at square one the same way that it was without it.
Yeah, no, you got a good plan, Gary. It's working out really well.
With what we did right there, once we put the SPF 2 down again on it, in another 5 years from now, we should be able to box blade the whole entire road and bring up all of whatever's the rocks and everything that's there and have it be basically freshened up everywhere on the road. So, I mean, that's where it is. That's the part of the road, though, that got built up like no tomorrow. Every bit of everything else, it didn't really get built up, you know? And
it just got like cleared and graded and then rocks and stuff down and packed and whatnot. But that front area got literally built so much. You got to go back to the videos when we first moved here. It was within that first 3 weeks of us being here before we left to go pick up Anthony and rocks and then come back. Me and Gary and the kids had to do so much work in that 3 weeks, which obviously we hired out because we couldn't do it. But it was getting the well done and then getting the road done up here and then like parking out a few spots for us to even put the trailers because it was so thick back here. There was nowhere to even really park like anything. And so
it was pretty nutty, but at the same time, that was a good time.
It's been an adventure.
That we did it, you know, and that front area right there, I'm glad that we did it that way.
Yeah.
Because had we not put down the culvert and we just built up the road area around the creek area and just brought it down, we would have had a big wash down there.
You know, which this year we haven't gotten that really big, crazy wash. So I'm actually very interested in what next spring is going to be like. I'm very interested to see what this winter is going to be like, how wet everything is. But honestly, like even though we've been getting a lot of rain, we haven't had much flooding, at least here. And I know that different parts of Arkansas, there has been some crazy flooding going on. I think it was like Mountain Home or Mountain something, Mountain Vista or Mountain something.
Something like that.
I forget. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But I saw that a couple weeks ago, there was some pretty good flooding up over that way, which that's way north of us, like north and east.
Well, a lot of what happens is like the Colorado River and like everything else, right? Like
I don't think the Colorado affects us.
Colorado's river streams and everything else does affect Arkansas.
No, learn something new every day.
It comes down off of those mountain ridges way out that way, and it comes down this way. Like, it's the same thing with like the Ohio
I would assume
River.
The Mississippi would affect us, but
yeah, but like the Arkansas River, I want to say starts in Colorado.
I don't know. I'm not going to debate him because it doesn't sound right to me.
It doesn't sound right to me either, but there's a lot of...
But I won't debate
I've
him.
looked into a lot of like the rivers and the streams and everything else, and if there is a lot of... It's the same thing out in the West or anywhere else, right? Mm-hmm. If it rains out in the mountains one way, it's going to go somewhere. Mm-hmm. The water's got to go somewhere, right? Uh-huh. And on this side of the Rockies and everything else, there are channels that come out this way. It's the same thing at like up north in Ohio and in like the Michigan and everything else. There are river streams that come down into our like Arkansas.
I'm not debating that. I'm debating. The Colorado River does not sound correct to my ear.
It's not the Colorado River. It's the Arkansas River that comes out of Colorado. But it's just like the Colorado River though that goes from Colorado to that makes the Hoover Dam. Yeah. That's all the way out in Nevada and Arizona, you know, ways away from Colorado. And then it's the same thing as the Grand Canyon. That's the Colorado River is what formed the Grand Canyon.
Anyway, I was just saying that we haven't had much flooding around here, you know, lately because of the amounts of rain that we have gotten. It's been littler spurts instead of big dumps. Like last year and even the year before that, we went a couple of weeks where literally we were getting inches and inches each day. Yep. And because of that, then like the down at the road, the culvert and stuff would be like overflowed. And that's when we were even considering, well, shoot, should we get a second culvert in there? And although that's not a bad idea, we may still end up doing that just right now. That's several thousand that we don't really want to put towards that at the moment.
Those culverts are expensive.
They're very expensive.
Especially for the 4 foot by, I think it's 24 feet.
They're several $1,000s. Several thousand. And it would be one of those things that we'd be able to split with Anthony and Roxanne. But right now, our big main objective for Gary and I is honestly pinching every penny we can and try to get the metal on the roof. Yeah. And we're working towards that. So now we don't need to. What you did with lift and putting the rock and stuff down is great. Yes. You know, like it's going to last us for a bit longer. But maybe one day in the future, later on, we'll end up getting another culvert down there.
Yeah. We're not having as many big vehicles coming up and down that road as much anymore.
True. For a while, it was like every week a giant...
No, I know. And that's the thing, you know. I mean, with that road-wise, it would have lasted us a total of 5 years roughly down there if it didn't wash out at one time. Mm-hmm. And then 2, that we didn't have that many vehicles coming up and down. But we're in the part of building and we needed concrete trucks, we needed rock deliveries,
all the block deliveries,
all the lumber, all the big vehicles and everything else like that. So
well, the worst of it's behind us now at this point. I think the metal is going to be a heavy delivery, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as heavy as what it was for any of those concrete trucks or anything.
No. So it really just depends. I'm grabbing more finalizing little things here and there since it is getting closer. Yeah. So
we are getting super close, guys. I'm so excited.
Exactly how it all goes out and everything else like that.
And the timing of everything is honestly going to work out so good. Obviously, you know, we've been working towards getting the metal on the roof all year, little by little, we cannot focus 100% of our attention just on building our house. We have too much going on. We're raising kids. We're building a whole homestead. We're growing our own food. We have so many irons in the fire, but that's what being self-sufficient is, especially in the beginning phases when you're trying to set everything up. And so anyway, our big goal, like we've just been saying over and over, was get metal on the building, but it's really nice, the timing of everything, how it's working out, because now it's looking like, you know, which we talked about in the beginning of summer, like that possibly September-ish is when we'll be putting the roof on the building or the metal on the building. And the weather is going to be so much nicer. It's not going to be literal hell up on metal like how it would be if we were to do it, like, let's just say today. If we were to do it today, even with the weather being kind of meh today, it still would be literal hell up there, just roasting, burning. Yeah, hat is off to, and cheers and everything to all of you people that have to work out that day in and day out. I don't know how you do it. Y'all are built different. Y'all are built tough. And I think I'm built tough, but y'all got that good stuff that I don't got, because I can't handle it. I'm not that strong that can handle it day in and day out like that. The heat is
something.
Yeah.
I'm still not used to it out here in the South. I'm used to the desert heat. Yeah. And it took me a while to get used to the desert heat, you know. Yeah. And now that I got, I feel like I finally was like, yeah, I'm finally like 5 years after being like, I feel like I'm finally like good with the desert heat, aspect. And then we moved out here and it's like, man, this heat is different. Like, holy crap, I can't breathe.
I'm used to it out here. But I also know how to handle it. You got to drink lots and lots of water. You got to find yourself some shade. And you do have to take breaks more here than we did in the desert because it's it's a different type of exhausting. But it's all good, man. It's all good. I actually am really looking forward to the wintertime. I feel like the winter and the fall is like our highest production time always when it comes to building and getting stuff done around here.
It's because we don't need to really take that many breaks.
Exactly.
We drink water every now and then, and it's not a huge... We drink a lot of water.
Well, we could put on more clothes.
We can put on more clothes to stay warmer, whatever else, right?
Burn a little fire,
It tends not to be that humid. It tends to be a little drier.
Mm-hmm.
It tends to be in that point where it's like, I feel like I'm back in the desert and it's nicer with the dry heat and
the cold.
Cool,
we always put foot to butt in the winter, man, and we get a lot of stuff done, and I'm very much looking forward to it too.
I am.
Yeah.
Extremely, extremely looking forward to it because we got huge plans for everything.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that we can get a huge portion of this house completely squared away to where we can relax a little bit more next year and
do the finishings.
Do other things, exactly. Yeah. Because in all reality wise, the inside's already framed out. Everything's all squared away and done in that aspect. It's
going to be plumbing and electrical. Aspects. Right? Plumbing and electrical and air ventilation. And then once those three big things of air ductwork, plumbing and electricity are done, like walls and finishings, that's so easy. That's so quick.
Yep. Insulating everything and putting up everything else, it does go by pretty quick. It's getting to that point.
Yeah.
And it's been a rough ride, I'm not gonna lie. But I've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the ride. But if anybody has ever built a house or has ever went out and did anything like this and for the very first time, it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
Well,
the coolest destinations are usually down an old bumpy old path, so.
Pretty much.
And sometimes you got to clear your own way. And that's what we've been doing. And it's been a hell of a journey. And we're obviously not done. And once our house is done, friends, we're still not done. But wait, there's more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always just about like building. It's about the journey and the life experiences and the friendships and just everything that we've learned so far being out here and how doing this has changed us as people and has built our relationship stronger. Like mine and your relationship is so strong these days. Doesn't mean that we don't butt heads, because obviously we do. But the way that we face the challenges and the way that we face, things is just so much different. It's our family has grown so much closer. Our friend group is super close. Like all good things.
Yep.
All very good things. And we wouldn't have had any of those if we didn't decide to take the leap of faith and just go for it, try to do hard things, not worry about what anybody says, not worry about how long it takes, just enjoy each day for what it can give you.
No.
And that, my friends, is hard to do sometimes. It's really hard for us all as humans not to be impatient or to find contentness in where you are presently. But that's honestly the key to happiness.
Yep.
Is being content where you are. It's not a bad thing to dream and to want more and to try to actively achieve more. But you have to be content with where you are. You have to be happy with where you are. There's a butterfly that keeps coming over.
It's like a moth almost.
It's like a brown, maybe it is a moth. It's like a brown and white butterfly. I don't know. But anyway, squirrel. I just want to say that life is good. God is great. And we are super duper blessed to have you guys be a part of our journey with us.
Yep.
This weekend has been very relaxing so far. It's Saturday. We still got the weekend left. We're going to go and handle a few things today, mostly with the animals. I did say because we didn't do Real Talk yesterday, and I said on Thursday that we were going to have a video for you guys on Friday on Simple Life Reclaimed. But what happened was, honestly, Gary ended up going off to the store with the kids and stuff, and I stayed home and then did some cleaning. And then by the time they got back, it was dinner time and it was getting dark and da-da-da. So we just didn't do any of it. We didn't do it. So we're going to do it today.
Yep.
I'll be bringing you guys along. I should be able to post it today on Simple Life. And so you guys can catch up with some of the here and now and what we've been updating and how things have been going along, because we've been coming and going so much. There hasn't been much recording. So like last time, how I explained to you guys, we're going to do a show and tell. We will bring you guys along for a show and tell today on Simple Life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. We'll show you guys the road, show you guys a bunch of stuff that we got worked out and fixed up for the goats down there. Show you guys Mama Rabbit, and you guys can see what's going on over there.
Yep.
All the things.
All the things.
All the things, and tell you guys where we're going to be directed in the near future, because we've got big plans for this week.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very big plans for this week. Do you feel that cool?
I do. It feels really nice.
Feels good. I think that we might get that rain. I'm looking over there. Look at that darkness.
I know. I've been seeing a lot of... Yesterday was teasing us, because it felt like this, and I look out, I'm like, oh, it's getting dark. And I come back out and look out in like 5 minutes, and then that dark cloud is dispersed and not so dark.
Yeah, it's like the sun.
Like, man, what the heck?
You see that You see that butterfly? Oh, it literally was like landing on my head. It's coming back. It keeps coming and hanging around. It's distracting me.
I want some sweet nectar.
Yeah, I got that sweet nectar, baby.
But anywho, you guys, we're gonna get this thing rolling.
Yep.
Get today rolling.
Yep, today's gonna be a great day. We do have an extra kiddo around here.
Yep.
Julia decided to call her BFF from school,
Yep.
Summer's winding down, and she's like, she hasn't even come over and stayed over yet. And they try to guilt trip us as if they don't have sleepovers all the time. They literally have a sleepover almost once a week. But this particular friend hasn't been able to, so.
No.
The girls are going to have a great time hanging out in the old tree house. Mm-hmm. We're going to do some girl stuff, do some cooking, hanging out. But me and you got some stuff we're going to handle first today.
Yep.
But we will bring you guys along for as much as possible, so stay tuned. The Simple Life video might come out later on this evening. Not too late, but it might come out in the evening time. So just make sure your notifications are turned on, friends. Mm-hmm. We will try to jump back on tomorrow for Real Talk to hang out with you guys. Maybe I'll make some breakfast with you guys, or who knows. We'll see. We'll see. But I'll try to pop in tomorrow on Real Talk for you guys as well. And then on Simple Life, we're going to be getting back to work up there. So we have lots coming down the pipe.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today and watching today's episode. We surely do love y'all. And until the next one, friends, we love y'all, and we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.